Laugh to keep from crying, that's what got me through. Walk through all the shadows, still God pulled me through. Life hit me with battles, but I made it somehow. Laugh to keep from crying, look at me now.
Welcome back to Laugh to Keep from Crying. You're listening to CJNA After Dark. And I might not have said it this season, but in case you're new here or in case you forgot, always remember I'm doing this to heal, never to hurt. Before we get into today's episode, I just want to say thank you for still being here with me this season. I know the drops have been a little late and inconsistent lately, and I appreciate the patience more than you know. This season has honestly been a rough one for me because it digs into a lot of real truths, hard memories, and moments that weren't easy to revisit. I originally planned to drop this on Mother's Day, but timing just didn't work out the way I planned. So let's do a quick recap. Life was okay, and somehow I started letting boredom, or what I thought was boredom, interfere with the life I already had. Last episode ended with me being out bowling with my family one night when I ran into somebody from my past, somebody from middle school. We exchanged numbers, and I'll leave it there. So today, let's talk about it. After he called me that night, after telling me he was going to call me on Sunday, we still ended up talking for hours. We caught up on middle school memories, talked about old times, laughed about random stuff, and eventually the conversation shifted into more serious questions. Well, serious to me anyway. Do you have a boyfriend? Do you have a girlfriend? I'm not even going to hold y'all. I'm going to be honest. I lied because at that moment, having conversations with somebody new and handsome felt exciting. Was it right? No. Did I still do it? Yes. And he told me he didn't have a girlfriend either. Keep note of that. Now, this was back when people still mostly talked on the phone. Texting existed, but it wasn't how it is now. So, over the next few weeks, we started talking more and more. At first, it felt harmless, just conversations, checking in, laughing, talking about life. And honestly, I think that's what made it dangerous because it didn't feel dramatic in the beginning. It felt easy. Now, obviously, I still had a boyfriend. And to be clear, my boyfriend wasn't some terrible guy either. He was really good to me, loyal, consistent, dependable. But somehow, peace started feeling boring to me. And looking back now, I realized that says more about where I was emotionally than it says about him. Eventually, me and my boyfriend ended up getting a little car together. I think we found it on Craigslist or something like that. It wasn't perfect, but it ran. And honestly, he was nice enough to let me keep the car while he used his parents' vehicle a lot of the time. So now I have freedom. Too much freedom, honestly, because over time, me and the other guy started hanging out more. Now, nothing crazy. Lunch dates, movies, talking, riding around, simple stuff. And before anybody asks, no, nothing physical happened between us during this time. Honestly, he was super heavy into church, like very church focused, deacon energy, real saved, sanctified vibes. And even though emotionally I was already crossing lines, physically things still hadn't crossed over into that territory. But what was happening was me slowly living a double life. Some days I pick him up in my mom's car. Other days I pick him up in a little car me and my boyfriend share. And apparently his grandmother noticed. Now he lived with his grandmother and his aunt because they basically helped raise him. And his grandmother was old school. So in her mind, She seen me pull up in different cars all the time. She apparently started thinking I was some type of drug dealer or something. But looking back now, it's funny because it really was only two cars, my mom's and the one I shared with my boyfriend. But to her, I probably looked suspicious. And honestly, if I'm being real, maybe I was suspicious. Not in the way she thought, but spiritually, emotionally, morally, yeah. Because even though nothing major had happened yet, I was already becoming somebody I barely recognized. And the scary part is, I don't even think I realized it at the time. I just thought I was finally feeling excitement again. Because looking back now, I realized it wasn't really about him. It wasn't even really about boredom. I think after surviving so much chaos growing up, not really having stability, couch surfing, always feeling emotionally unsettled, constantly craving attention and reassurance, peace almost started to feel unfamiliar to me. And that's sad to admit out loud. My relationship was actually stable. He was good to me, but somehow stable started feeling boring. And when you grow up surviving chaos, sometimes your mind starts confusing peace with emptiness. So when this new situation came along and gave me attention, excitement, secrecy, butterflies, it woke something up in me that honestly probably should have stayed asleep. And before I knew it, I had stopped choosing peace. Thank y'all for listening to Laugh to Keep from Crying. If you could like, share, comment, subscribe, I really appreciate it. I'm still trying to hit my first 50 supporters so I can finally do a giveaway. And to everybody who's been here since day one, thank you. But that's it for tonight, and I'll catch you in the next episode.
Laugh to keep from crying. Yeah, I made it through. Story got heavy, but I pushed right through. Laugh to keep from crying.